So we managed to organize exactly what you have been asking for. We've brought Tristan Stubbs on the show today. So this is a exclusive interview with Tristan about his T20 form currently and how things have improved since the last time we spoke to him, which is obviously the last time that he played in T20 cricket in that knockout competition. He did quite well there too. So we're going to be chatting to him once again about his time in the domestic scene, how it's been, how he's settling, and you guys get to ask him questions too. But first and foremost, just allow myself and Aditya to just get our questions in first before you guys ask Tristan questions. I will give you guys an indication on when we will be starting to take questions from the live chat. Without further ado, though, we'll get straight into today's video, but you have to subscribe first and click that notification bell for all future videos. You also have to smash that like button, comment, and do all of those things. Share this with all your friends and family as well. And also become a member of Cricket Fanatics Magazine Monthly. Every issue is 100% free straight in your inbox every month. The link is on the screen as well and it's in the description. You can also become a Patreon today. That's how you show your support to Cricket Fanatics Magazine. Link is on the screen and in the description too. The super chats are also activated, and you guys can get your super chats in. If you definitely want us to ask your question to Tristan, then I would suggest that you do it via super chat because I'm going to miss some. We're not going to get to every single question. Hopefully, we do, but if we don't, just make sure by clicking the super chat. So, without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Cricket Fanatics Magazine. This is your exclusive interview daily show. I'm your host, Khalid. This is my co-host, Aditya. And today we have Tristan Stubbs with us. Welcome to the show, Tristan. Great to see you again. How are you feeling? How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm feeling good. Yeah, I'm all good.
Yeah, you've been seeing the ball quite nicely. So I just want to ask you, obviously playing at home, how much has that helped your form? But also just you're playing with so much freedom. So was there something that you did specifically that you maybe an activity that you did with yourself or a conversation you had with yourself or with coaches or with players around you to get you in the right frame of mind like you've currently been?
I've been hitting the ball. Well, I was hitting the ball quite nicely in the 4-day comp leading up to it, so I felt really good. And then we given so much freedom to play with by our coaches. So when you go out, if the ball's there and you see it, if it's in your area, you're given permission to go, which is great to play with that much freedom.
So that does have a psychological make a psychological difference for you as a player if your coaches tell you, go out there and just enjoy yourself.
Yeah, well, that's the whole point. They keep saying express yourselves, and I think we're doing that quite nicely with the bat. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And with regards to the 4-day competition coming in, I mean, I've seen you've kept you also bowl, you do various, you do everything basically. What sort of a role are you going to identify for yourself going forward? Is it different per format?
I think it is different per format. I'm still learning the ins and outs of everything in my game in each format. But I'll do whatever I can to try and help the team. If it means keep or bowl, I'm willing to do that.
That's awesome. Okay, Aditya, you can go ahead with your two.
Oh, welcome, Tristan. My questions in part are also from our friend Werner Erasmus, who can't be here unfortunately. So his first question is, how much has hockey helped your game in sweeping as well as other facets of cricket?
I think some it's more sub like not me knowing, but probably with my hands, it's helped my hands a bit, and I feel comfortable sweeping, so I'm sure hockey's got something to do with that. So I'm guessing it's got a bit to do with it.
As a wicketkeeper, you have quite a unique perspective on the game. So how much does it influence your batting from a tactical point of view?
when I keep. And I
Yeah.
think it's more if you keep, you get or you get the pace of the wicket and you're involved in the game the whole time. So you're learning what the ball's doing, how it's reacting on the pitch and stuff. So it definitely helps.
Do you want to ask you two as well, Aditya?
Sure, sure. Uh, who are your idols in world cricket or in South African cricket?
Um, I love Dale Steyn. Um, I think he's definitely up there. Just the way he played cricket, always ran in hard, always aggressive, and I also love the way on a batting front Kevin Peterson bat. The way he bats, I love watching him bat. Even now, still watch him bat.
I just want to tell you something quickly. So you mentioned KP and all of those things, and I know you know about Deelwold Brevis currently and the hype around him, and they called him Baby AB. So the live chat, funnily enough, we were talking about you, and they said, "Hey, wait, Baby KP." So I know it might not stick because there were some familiarities between your game and your approach. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that before DJ goes to his next question.
Um, oftentimes we talk to cricketers and they say that their red ball game has influenced their white ball game. They're obviously hugely successful in this tournament, and I was wondering what your views are on the red ball game and the sort of player that you hope to be in red ball cricket.
I definitely agree when you say it helps your rifle game. I think those I played the 3 4 day games, and the confidence I get, and I didn't score many runs, but just spending time in the middle, um, batting competitively, and when it challenges your technique a lot. So I mean, I think it's great to play those. It helps your game so much. Um, so I definitely think red ball cricket helps a lot.
So how did you like? Okay, I don't want to say master too soon, but when you come in in white ball cricket and your team's in trouble and all of those type of things, or you come into a situation when your team's not in trouble, you always seem to be quite calm at the crease when it comes to T20 cricket. It almost looks like you're in your element in this format. I want to ask you, how did you get to this stage? I know you're only 21 years old, and it hasn't been necessarily a long time out of school cricket. I mean, school cricket was around the corner, actually, if you think about it. So, I mean, what sort of preparation? How did you prepare yourself for the T20 game for you to take to it like a duck to water almost?
Um, Obviously, leading up to the tournament, I had a lot of focus on just batting, because I think in the previous 2 competitions I was missing out on a lot of balls because I was losing my shape and stuff. So the big focus on leading up to the tournament was just batting for as long as possible before um, like you almost start playing big shots, and if you like holding your shape through shots. So that's been my main focus, and then just um, like having a clear mind when the bowler's running in. That's also a big help at the moment. Yeah.
How do you rate your off spin, Tristan?
Um, it's it's all right. I can get through an over or two if I need to. I think so. Yeah.
Okay, what I'm gonna ask you is, I don't know if you remember, but at the Kai Majolo week that you played, I interviewed you at that event, and that was the first time we actually had a conversation. And I remember watching you clearly in that tournament and how much freedom you played with. It almost seemed like the coaches allowed you to have that freedom then already. Some players don't get that luxury. You know, some players have to change certain parts of the technique or have to change their game when they're coming into domestic cricket. How much of that did you have to do coming into domestic cricket straight out of Kamajora week? Like how much preparation or tactical changes or technical changes did you have to make to your game, or did your coaches just allow you to just be you?
I was allowed to. My technique, I didn't tinker much with my technique, but I did work hard on game plans, especially in 4-day cricket. What shots to play, what shots not to play. I worked really hard on that out of school, and I've never really changed my technique too much knowingly. I think it's evolved over time, but more just by things happening. But I did have to work a lot on game plans and like where to score runs in certain situations and stuff.
The original KP said that that playing golf helps you hit sixes more consistently. So one question is, do you play golf? And secondly is, can you tell us a little bit about the sort of fitness work that you do to help your power hitting?
I do play golf. I'm not sure it helps my. I would say actually batting well is helping my golf game at the moment. So yeah, if that helps. But so during the season, obviously we train with Moodles, our bio, and we do a lot of like conditioning and strength stuff. But more off season, it's whether you do most of your work because it's quite hard to train in season, and then it's strength and conditioning is a big focus, and yeah, so that type of training has really helped. Being stronger has helped my cricket game a lot.
Mm-hmm. Here's one from the fans. You guys can get your questions in if you want to ask any questions. The first one was just more of a statement, Tristan. Hello, Tristan. You are super talented, only 21 years old. Your turn for the Proteas will come. Don't leave South Africa for other countries. I think we're going to all second that on this channel. +1, +2. Okay, let's move into a proper question. He says, hey, baby KP, is moving to the line of the stumps to off stump in your stance deliberate or just a natural movement?
So moving across just before he bowls is like, that's my trigger movement, but like so often get outside off stump, that's more deliberate to where I think the bowler is going to bowl and where I want to hit, or where I see I can hit the ball.
Got it, yeah.
What's your favorite IPL team? And who's your favorite IPL player?
I was a Deccan Chargers supporter and then evolved to the Sunrisers Hyderabad, so I'd say them. And I would say my favorite IPL player at the moment would be Mark Jansen.
Oh my lord! Yeah, we should have added him to the score. But he's New Zealand right at the moment. Okay, next one is, hey Tristan, I love your batting and hitting. Why didn't you register yourself for the IPL auction?
I did register. I didn't make the final cut.
They haven't seen this tournament. Clearly, they haven't yet. Okay, this one's for Aditya.
How do you set your mind free before each delivery?
I've got a process that I try and stick to before the bowler starts running in, just to clear mind, clear thoughts, just so I know when he's bowling, I'm not thinking too much. I'm just focusing on watching the ball.
Does Baby KP still run a 5 kilometer before a match?
No.
Tell me a little bit of a history behind that, because there must be some history behind this question.
Yeah, there is, but I don't think I can talk about it on here. Yeah, that's a good question.
Okay, next one.
What's the difference between school cricket and franchise cricket?
I think there's a massive difference. Obviously, quality is a lot higher. School cricket, you might have one good bowler and then 3 average bowlers, and your good bowler might not even be that good. Where franchise cricket, you got 4 or 5 really good bowlers, and the bad ball margin for error by the bowlers is, or their bad balls are a lot less, and school cricket slower, more bad balls. So yeah.
Similarly to our description for it, Aditya, when we talk about domestic to international again, very similar. That step up is about the amount of bowlers that are so accurate at bowling certain lengths and lines. I'm sure you would notice it between this tournament and the last tournament, the CSA T20 Challenge tournament. There are a lot more quality bowlers in this tournament than there were in the previous one. But the
Yeah.
conditions are not necessarily always bowler friendly. Some days they are, and some days they aren't. How many different strips are you guys actually playing on? I didn't actually find that out. You guys know?
I think they're 5. I think they're using 5.
Okay.
I think the next game we're using a new strip, and then after that they'll start reusing again. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
It makes it interesting. Okay, so how
Yeah.
many bats do you have in your match bag? I'm going to assume that's what they mean.
So I only take 2 to the ground. The match one and one other one. That's Alnitin. I live with him, by the way.
What's your favorite meal to cook?
I make a good stir fry.
What type of stir fry? This is the question.
Veggies and some meat, any meat. It's
Okay.
not very, well thought out.
Okay, so Aditya, you have to have the vegetarian version of it. We're trying to figure out when Aditya comes to Cape Town in South Africa, where we're going to go out to eat because he doesn't eat meat. Let's go to the next one, Aditya.
The toughest bowler you faced so far?
That's a good question. I thought the last T20 comp when we faced Magala, I thought he was very hard to face. In Durban, so I'd say him.
Is it because of how hard he hits the deck and bowls the ball into the deck? Is that maybe the reason, or is it the accuracy? What is it that you think makes
He's
him so good?
it's quicker than you think. So he rushes you a bit because it's like a slow jogging, and it's like that quickie action. He bowls a very heavy ball, and it's quicker he's quicker than you it feels.
Okay, awesome. This is an interesting question. I actually wanted to ask it kind of when you were speaking about it. But what exactly is your game plan for a batter, and how hard is it to execute those plans?
So I'd say a game plan is more knowing what areas you want to score in, and to what deliveries you feel you can get a boundary off. And the big part of a game plan is if the ball is not in your area, where you're going to rotate to get off strike, get ones, get twos. And it's quite hard to execute a game plan if the bowler's bowling wild or something. But you just got to stay clear and back your game plan if you're finding it tough even.
Teacher, this is like a 3-part question that you're going to have to read. So when you finish, I'm going to pop up the next part of it, okay?
Raboti asks, does it happen that you feel good at the ground when the weather is nice, there's a cool breeze blowing, you feel more in rhythm, and you enjoy yourself more while batting?
I think
does this,
yeah. Sorry. I think you do. If the weather's good and not much wind, you do feel good. So that does happen, yeah.
And or are you good into playing in every type of condition? Does the weather actually make a difference?
I don't think it plays a role, but when the sun's out and not much wind in PE, and it's definitely, you get a feel good factor playing when the weather's really nice.
Okay, this question is a question I was going to ask you afterwards, but seeing that it's here already, we might as well just bring it up and then move on to um, other questions. But as Victor Ipasang, seeing that he's been in PE, has he contacted you? Have you been in contact with him about your future or about maybe future tours, or SA 8 tours, or whatever the case may be?
No, hasn't contacted me at all.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Good to know. So now I know I must give him a call. Boss boy, is Tristan. Oh, this is for you, Aditya. Sorry.
Do you want to become an all-format player for the Proteas in the future?
Yeah, I would like to play all formats. I really enjoy the Red Bull stuff. So yeah, if I can, I would like to continue playing all formats.
Okay, cool. That actually answers some other questions as well in the chat. Werner, again, he's, by the way, a big fan of yours. How has your short stint in Red Bull cricket challenged you so far? Do you alter your batting technique in any way for the longer format?
I wouldn't say I alter my technique, but like you restrain, pull everything together, play less shots and everything, and it has challenged me a lot. Playing the ball later, waiting for the bowler to play a bad ball, and also mentally trying to bat for long periods of time. It's a challenge that I enjoy and would love to get better at.
How did you find your fans in Sign yesterday?
It was pretty cool seeing them in the corner there. Cameron who was asking the question was the fan yesterday.
I thought so. When I saw you smile, then I knew.
Yeah.
Okay, Lorenzo has an interesting one. Do you have? Okay, he's already asked you. Answered that. Are you fine with us calling you baby KP? Laugh out loud.
I suppose so. Yeah, I don't think I'm anywhere near KP's level yet, but hopefully I can get there.
AB de Villiers or Joss Butler? Would you like more?
AB de Villiers.
Thanks a lot for the super chat, Tasrif. You can give us a why on that one. What's your reason behind picking AB de Villiers over Joss Butler?
I think he's African, and I think we all love AB de Villiers in some way because he's a freak.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this is his question. Thank you for the super sticker. Hi, Stubbs. Thank you for your entertainment. My question is, who is your favorite Indian cricket player?
KL Rahul. I love the way he bats. And
See, Aditya. Some people do know some things about cricket. As my favorite Indian player as well.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, what about him?
I can watch him bat all day. When he plays Test cricket, one-day cricket, I just love the way he bats, technique, everything.
Mm-hmm. Cool. You want to read this one out, Aditya?
Western Province in the past 5 years has failed to produce Proteas Test players, so Warriors is producing more and seems to be a bigger brand.
What's your thoughts on that?
I think the Western Province are Cape Town cricket's still very strong there. So it's obviously going through a cycle where things happen differently, but Western Province cricket is still very strong.
Mm-hmm. There's more question to me, but Dale Brevis, Tristan Stubbs soon going to be next stars for Proteas and World Cricket. Khalid, what do you say? We've spoken about this in depth on all of our shows in the last couple of weeks, so you guys can go back and check what our response has been. I've spoken about it. I'm not going to say it in front of the player himself. If you want to find out, you can go back also and watch it. But you guys know my answer to that. They're asking you, can you speak Dutch?
I could speak a little bit when I was there, um, but I think it's left me in the last 3 months. I haven't spoken a word of Dutch.
It
Yeah,
does. You lose it as quickly as you pick it up, really. I lived there for 2 years, 2.5 years, 3 years. And I picked it up very quickly as a kid, but I lost it as soon as I came back as well. But,
I can understand it
Afrikaans,
fluently. Yeah,
mm, yeah, you
but
can understand it easily.
to speak it, I think you have to keep practicing. Yeah,
Yeah. Because there are the slight similarities with that in Afrikaans that are different and mean completely different things. Like I
yeah,
found myself doing a Mondeling once or an Afrikaans or an Oral, and I was using, like, it was my first time switching from Holland to obviously South African English schools, and I found myself using a lot of Dutch words in my in my oral, and the
yeah.
teacher just looked at me and it's like, "What's going on
It's very good.
here?" Let's move on. Rolando, this is for you, Aditya.
Who's your favorite middle order batter around the globe?
At the moment, I would probably go if Carroll classifies it that when he bats at four, him or um, yeah, Markram when he's batting properly. I think it's a joy to watch in the middle order in T20 cricket.
Yeah, so sorry, I wasn't going like that for you. I was going like that for one of the comments. I'm not gonna even ask it. It doesn't make sense to me. Tristan, what's your favorite beverage?
Um, a cold glass of Oros is like with
Serious?
ice. Oros with ice is proper.
Basic. Are you gonna still do that when you? Are you gonna still drink that when you have your IPL contract one day or what?
I love Oros. My house at home, we go through like a 2 liter Oros or a 5 liter in like 3 days. We chow Oros.
Aditya, you know what Oras is, eh?
No clue. No.
So Oras is a concentrate that you have to mix on with water, basically. So there's different flavors, of course, but orange is the main one. I don't know if when you were in South Africa, if you saw those big orange round men that were in the supermarkets. I don't know if you saw them on the bottles, but yeah, basically it's a concentrate drink that you mix on. It's very popular in South Africa. I thought I wasn't sure if it is a proudly South African thing. It is, eh? I think it is.
I
I
think
don't
it
know. We
could be.
must. Yeah, it could be because at school, like cricket, when you're playing for your school teams, because it's cheaper than buying
Yeah,
juice and stuff. They used to give
it
you that.
drinks you would get Oros. Yeah,
Yeah,
cold Oros. Yeah.
remembering that. Wow. Let's move on. Um, some statements. More statements. Okay, let's just show you some of the statements. Legacy of South African cricket colors, AB Juniors, AB Stubbs, my favorite list getting bigger now. Loving this conversation, you guys. Thanks a lot for that comment. Um, Stubby, can you say Castle Lager, bud? It's fine. You can say Castle Lager, but it's
It would be a consolate. Yeah.
You also okay. This is another comment. Let's move on. Tristan, that French F1 driver Pierre Gasly looks a bit like you. Um, this one you can ask Aditya.
Francisco asks, is the step up to red ball cricket something you relish? There are many challenges, changing pace and the way an innings is constructed compared to white ball cricket. And
Answer this already.
what's your favorite format?
I think you've answered this already.
So yeah, it is a challenge I relish. And my favorite format at the moment is T20 cricket. But I really enjoy the red ball game. I love the challenges that it presents. It's more mental.
Yeah. So if Tristan thought you could hide on the show today and not get questions from people that he knows, I'm assuming that this is from another person he knows. What is your favorite karaoke song? First and foremost, you're a fan of karaoke.
He's my other roommate.
Well, there you go.
I, I'd have to say "Unstoppable" by James Blunt. That's our song.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kirtan asks, do you like Aiden as an opener or at number 4?
Number 4. I think in Test cricket, if I was a selector, I'd bet him at 4. But yeah, I prefer him in the middle order,
I
personally.
like that. I like that answer. He's answered that one already. Your second question, Kirtan. Um, cool. So Sonia wants to know, Tristan, would you prefer to be known as a batter that can play keeper or bowl?
Um, that's a good question. I probably I enjoy keeping, but it's more like a batter who can keep and bowl would be ideally the best, because then you can help out wherever needed.
Mhm. Yeah, because that's an interesting one. Because how do we classify you when we speak about you? You know, it's tough. Normally, we'll say keeper batter, or we'll say like bowling all round or batting all rounder. So it's good that you're clearing up those questions, teacher.
Are you looking forward to playing some more white ball cricket in the high belts? I imagine the way you're hitting balls right now, it would travel very far at the Wanderers in Super Sport Park.
Yeah, I'd love to play in the half out. I think it would be a great opportunity to play some cricket there, on the quick outfields and fast pitches.
Cool. Final question, and that is from Trevor. He wants to know your favorite cricket shot.
I think hitting a spinner over his head straight it's one of my favorite shots.
Okay, the next question we have to ask Aditya.
What's it like having Robbie P as a coach? He looks very chilled out in the dugout.
He is very chilled. He allows us to play with so much freedom while batting. He always says go the other way. So just express yourself, and literally we have so much freedom to just go out and try and make as many runs as possible.
Mhm. What would be your big 5-year goal?
It's just to still be playing cricket in 5 years. I think, um, yeah, just if I still enjoy cricket in 5 years, that would be ideal. Just keep loving the game.
So, Dex, this question has been answered, but you can answer it again, Tristan.
Um, I think, yeah, I said earlier, subconsciously it helps, um, and maybe actually helps feeling confident, getting lower to the ground, and getting in those positions.
Was
Yeah.
because in South Africa there's been a common trend that there's been batters that have, or younger batters as well, struggling against spin. With you, did you ever have a period in your game where you were like, oh flip, I'm struggling to read spin, or has it come easily or naturally to you? And has the hockey helped you with that, of course?
I wouldn't say the hockey's helped with that, but the club wickets we play on here in PE, they turn a lot. So if you can't play spin and you can't sweep, you actually don't make many runs in PE club cricket. So my first year out of school, I never had a issue playing spin, but you had to learn very quickly how to score and rotate the strike against spin because it's slow and it turned a lot, and there's some clever bowlers here.
That's interesting because to hear that difference in maybe where you're playing and compared to Cape Town or Joburg or other places, because we can see that our batters look quite comfortable against the seam bowlers. But the fact that you just mentioned that at club cricket, that's what's so important for players to play club cricket and to play at different venues. Um, okay, do you want to ask the last one? Okay, Aditya, I can ask Aditya's question.
Yeah, I
Do
said
you like
earlier,
a
I do like Aiden Markram. Yeah, I think he's a very good cricketer. Also
And
hits the ball hard.
cool. Aditya, your last question, and we can end it.
What are your thoughts on the Proteas versus New Zealand Test series?
I think it'll be a great series to watch, and yeah, hopefully we can continue doing well and win the series again.
So, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. Tristan, thank you for making yourself available. I know you guys are focused on the games that are being played, etc., and you gave your time to us to chat. So, thanks a lot. We appreciate it a lot. I'm sure the fans do too. Thanks a lot, Aditya, for coming on the show as well. To everybody out there, don't forget to please subscribe to this channel if you're new. Click that notification bell for all future videos. I'm going to say if you like Tristan's face, click subscribe right now because the button went over his face right now. So also smash the like button, comment, share, subscribe. Do all of those things as well as subscribe to Cricket Fanatics Magazine monthly. Every issue is 100% free, straight to your inbox every single month. The link is on the screen and in the description. All back issues are free too. It's no charge whatsoever. It's 100% free. So go ahead and download that straight away. Also become a Patreon. That's not free, but become a Patreon and help us out. There's a link on the screen as well as in the description. And also go to cricketfanaticsmag.com for all of your updates. That's where you'll find our match reports, our piece on Tristan as well. There will be many, many other things out there as well that you can get your latest updates on what's happening in South African cricket. You'll find it on cricketfanaticsmag.com. Thanks a lot, everybody, for watching. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. And we'll see you guys again tomorrow with another daily show. The daily show tomorrow will be a preview show. So it will be the preview for the first test, which is going to be happening obviously midnight on Thursday midnight. So Wednesday 11:30 will be the build up, and then into the night to watch that game. So I'm going to have to find a way on how I'm going to stay awake for those games, but we will do it for you guys. So thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you guys again tomorrow. Take care and enjoy the rest of your evening. Thanks, Tristan. See you.